I'm Jen, the Oregon Trail Gen X nerd, and welcome to the latest kind of every 2-month update on what's going on with the Hunt for Ben Solo campaign. This is the next update since the end of March, and of course, reach only works thanks to the army of Ben Solo fans who sometimes go as the Knights of Ben, who like, share, and generally boost all of the news. Also boost all of our creative posts, and of course share their love and enthusiasm for Ben Solo. Big shout out to Sweet Pea and the collection of people who are out there all the time. Also Naomi Tower, also Leanie Loves. You'll see their names frequently on all of the likes and shares. So here's what's been going on in sort of order of what has happened. First of all, Purple Blue Stocking and I were interviewed by Death Star HR about our passion for Ben Solo and our great experience being welcomed by Star Wars cosplayers at Toronto Comic Con. So we thought we had gotten everybody, and just as we were about to end of 2 days, we were exhausted. Things were wrapping up. The crowd was starting to thin out. So we had started to think, okay, maybe let's head out. And a Return of the Jedi era Luke Skywalker literally ran up to us and said, "Can I take a picture?" Fan campaign events included a well-attended movie theater showing of The Last Jedi, a spring Ben Solo art challenge, a sequels marathon watch party over the weekend leading up to May the 4th, and an advertising truck circulating near both the Mando and Grogu premiere and the opening night down on Hollywood Boulevard. We continue to recognize a fan of the week and encourage fans to contact Disney and boost the Hunt for Ben Solo related content on social media every 29th day of the month during the digital rally for Ben Solo. That's where you'll see the Knights of Ben, including all of the fabulous folks that I mentioned earlier, as well as Yeet Boy. Again, just shouting out a few of the people whose names I see quite a bit when I'm also doing my duty to share and like things on the internet. So, what was the result of all of these activities and all of the engagement that we were able to collect on social media? Increased attention, which is really exciting for us. Let's get started with X, or Twitter, which I don't think we've shared data on before, mostly because I'm not on it and I forget we have it. There are a few things that I noticed that are pretty exciting. The first thing is that we had 51,000 impressions and 2,000 engagements. Really exciting stuff. We had replies, likes, and reposts galore, all of it up 50% in the time period that you can see there, which includes most of the important activities that I mentioned. And that is a tremendous increase from the usual amount of traffic. So very good news. Also notice the trend of people looking at our profile to ask, who are you? You're going to see that again. And to me, that's really exciting. Why is all this stuff happening? Again, there were 2 really significant in-person events coordinated by the campaign in April and May, the showing of The Last Jedi, and then, of course, the biggest one, the 2 Where's Ben Solo trucks that we planted at the Mando and Grogu premiere and again at opening night. Our Tumblr stats actually kind of show us the dates as to when those things happen, and that lets us know, that those kinds of things were exciting. When you can tag a specific activity to a flurry of social media going on, then you know that it got some traction. TikTok shows us the dates and the number of hits on our social posts about those events. The top 2 posts about those things together earned about 90,000 views. Wow. We don't know who shared the videos and the pictures to break it outside of our usual bubble, but thank you for doing that, because it definitely made a difference in terms of how many people were able to see that fans of Ben Solo are going exactly nowhere. I don't know a lot about TikTok, but these stats clearly show that we busted out of our usual bubble into new feeds, because we were up 80,000 new viewers, which is super cool. And a significant number of people followed us as a result. And we appreciate you. We appreciate it when anyone chooses to follow us on your favorite social media platform. So thanks a bunch. We will get that Ben Solo movie. Just watch. Just wait. It's going to come. You can see on TikTok as well that lots of people looked at our profile to figure out who the heck we are. I love that. Again, please do follow us and consider joining our Discord server. It's a great way to make some new online friends if that's something that might be exciting for you, and to help us organize things that you would be excited about participating in as well. We do smaller things on social media and things just inside the server as well that are just for us, just for fun, as well as bigger things like the truck and billboards that you've probably seen. So, think about joining and hanging out with us and getting to know us a little better. We're a lot of fun. Now, I think of TikTok as a younger person's platform, but I noticed that most viewers that we had for these particular events that caught attention were in the 25 to 34 age bracket. How old were they when The Force Awakens came out in movie theaters? 15 to 25. So the sequels were their introduction to Star Wars on the big screen. And I bet they're interested in seeing more of those characters. We saw that trend in the early 2010s, about 10 years after the prequels had started to come out in movie theaters. Once the people who were kids started having a voice and money, the prequels got love. Wouldn't surprise me if we saw the same trend with the sequels. So let's go on to Instagram. Instagram likewise saw about 100,000 views in the last 2 months, about 25,000 of them coming in May. Again, just after The Last Jedi, and then when we had the trucks down at the Mando and Grogu premiere and opening. I love that over 3,000 people looked at our profile to ask, who are you folks? Thank you for checking us out. Again, please consider following and maybe joining Discord, like I said. I'm still surprised at how Reddit is doing. At the end of March, we had 465 members. We are up to 613 in just the 2 months since. At the end of March, we had 31,000 visits, and we added 15,000 visits in just 2 months. So again, we added half again just in April and May. People are coming to see what we're posting, and I'm pretty happy about that. We had about 700 comments at the end of March, and now we're up to 1.1 thousand comments, again, adding almost half as many comments on Reddit. Thank you for engaging with us. Clearly, there's a pattern here. The idea of a Ben Solo movie is not going away. In fact, as more people, realize, that there's a strong community of fans who really, really, really would like to see this film come to be, they're joining on and sharing the enthusiasm that we have for getting this movie made. All of that activity has definitely increased the activity on our website, or maybe it was the other way. Maybe the activity on our website directed people to our socials, but whatever it was, you can see that there was increased interest in Ben Solo just after The Last Jedi showing, and then again during the week between and following the May 14th and May 21st trucks circulating in Hollywood. Clicks throughout the website and overall impressions were both up by half. Again, huge traction. Most of the socials hits are from the USA and the UK, but our reach continues to expand around the world. We have evidence of a missing poster on all 5 inhabited continents. Go Ben! Which is pretty awesome. And for me, the best part of this is actually how we recently had an example of the real world interacting with our social media world. One of our dedicated members who does a lot of social media, Maria, has single-handedly wallpapered Sweden's public billboards with missing posters, and it has paid off. A couple of weeks ago, someone found one of her posters, scanned the QR code, and then reached out to us on Reddit to say, "I found your poster." That was pretty magical. And I want to thank everybody for, again, connecting with us. However you discovered that there is a community around rallying for the Hunt for Ben Solo movie. Please consider, again, following us. Consider joining our Discord. We're a good time. We are really as nice as it seems like we are in public. We try to maintain that attitude as well privately on the server. And we'd really love to meet you if you're a fan of Ben Solo. So thanks again for all the likes, all the shares, all the reposts, and we'll look forward to seeing you as the summer goes ahead. There's some really exciting stuff in development, so this is a good time to get on board and help us to make a whole bunch of fun summer activities a real success again.